Well, we've been waiting for it, and now interest rate changes are likely coming. Gary Rossignol with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Realty tells us what a hike will mean for you. Good morning.
Good morning, Carrie.
Thanks for being here today. Good to see you. Okay, we've talked about it. We've been waiting for it. It was going to happen eventually, and we're getting closer to that anticipatory Federal Reserve hike in the interest rate. So, should we buy a home right now?
Absolutely. It's a great time to buy a house.
Talk about that a little bit, because a lot of times people think, oh, I want the interest rates to go lower.
Well, there's a lot of buyers who are waiting for the rates to drop, and so they're like on the fence. So when the rates climb a little bit, that's a good time because buyers start jumping off the fence and sales start to soar.
Okay, so I mentioned that a lot of people would prefer rates to go lower. They're waiting for rates to go lower. Are there benefits to an increase in the interest rates?
Well, absolutely. There's a benefit for the home sales continue to rise, and when rates climb a little bit, but it's not a totally bad thing for rates to go up a little bit because buyers start to pick up and start buying houses.
Has the prime home selling period passed us? Is it now a buyer's market?
It is not a buyer's market yet. It's still a seller's market. We're still low on inventory. So if you're thinking about selling your house, it's a good time to put it on the market. If it's if you price it properly, and if it shows well, if it's in a relatively good neighborhood, it will sell pretty quickly. Actually, I've been in more multiple offer situations in the past couple of weeks than I have for over a year and a half.
Okay, so let's put some numbers on it. If the interest rate raises by 1%, how will that affect anyone's monthly payment? We're talking 1%. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it can be.
Let's base it on a $100,000 mortgage. If the going rates today are slated at 3.75%, if it goes up to 4.75%, your monthly payment will go up approximately $60 a month.
Okay.
Which would be about $700 a year. Which, if you live there for 10 years, that's $7,000. That's considerable.
Yeah, that is a considerable amount. Another thing, too, we talked about interest rates perhaps being thrown around that they would change next month in September, but you say you haven't heard that sounds likely. Right.
Well, according to Ed Hensley, who's the Cincinnati chapter with the Mortgage Bankers Association, it's very the disagreement that September is going to really happen. Due to several factors, one being the turmoil in China, and the other one being with the stock market.
So we're looking closer to?
Probably December.
Okay, something to keep in mind for all you home buyers and sellers out there.
Right.
Thanks so much. Good to see you again.
Thanks for having me on again.
Have a good week.
All right.